Welcome back to Portside with the Pilots. I'm your host, Jamie Hudson, and today I am joined by University of Portland Provost and Professor of Education, Dr. Thomas Greene. Dr. Greene, so happy to have you today. Thank you for joining us.
Well, it's a great pleasure. Thank you, Jamie.
Well, Dr. Greene, first we want to start off with talking about the relationship between academics and athletics. How strong is that relationship?
Well, the university's mission is all about the whole person. So if we think about executing the mission well, then we would have a really great relationship between academics and athletics, and that is the case. I think it begins at the top. Scott Lakem is a great advocate for athletics and academics. He hires coaches who also appreciate that mission, and all of us are recognizing the fantastic role that athletics can play in the formation of our students. We also have a great, strong, supportive faculty and incredibly responsible student athletes. So I think the relationship between academics and athletics is very strong.
The overall department GPA last year was 3.26 in the fall and 3.27 in the spring. And our student athletes are taking on some pretty challenging majors across the board. So how impressive is that stat considering the rigorous coursework?
Well, we have athletes that are engaged in biology, mechanical engineering, nursing, psychology, a whole host of majors. In fact, we have athletes that are in all 5 of the academic units. The stat's impressive. It reflects the work of great faculty and great students and great student athletes. And I'm very pleased with the way the relationship and the mutual respect exists between athletics and academics.
How big of an emphasis does the University of Portland put on undergraduate research, and why is it so important to you to support undergraduate research?
Undergraduate research is very critical because I think we learn best by doing rather than just listening. And we have a number of programs that really focus on experiential kinds of learning. For example, we have internships, we have study abroad options, we have leadership programs, we have clinicals, and of course we have that undergraduate research that you mentioned. We have the Dundon-Berchtold Institute that supports undergraduate research, the Provost initiative that supports undergraduate research, and we also have the College of Arts and Sciences Summer Research Program. Examples of this fine work are Callie Vanderwild. She did a marvelous job with looking at the weather stations on campus and the data associated with that. Jeffrey Dunn, he did an amazing piece of work working with Dr. Eleanor Sullivan. They were looking at maternal diet effect on offspring. Did a lot of that work out at the Oregon Primate Center, which was pretty impressive. Sarah Jones, women's soccer honors program, chemistry research, works with Dr. Stephen Mayer, and I listened to her explain a little bit about quantum mechanic tunneling with conjugated molecules, and I was very impressed. So we have a lot of students that are doing some pretty challenging work on campus as well as performing well on the field.
The team with the highest GPA for spring was the women's cross country and track team with a GPA of 3.68. So impressive. And it was actually the second highest GPA in the nation. And with our current top 10 ranking in the national polls, how does the women's cross country team epitomize what it means to be a student athlete here at the University of Portland?
Well, these women are the essence of the mission. Here they have expertise in 2 areas, athletics and academics. It epitomizes the mission of the university. We're very proud of this achievement, but if one knows those students, one isn't surprised because they're pretty amazing young women.
This past year, 200 out of 270 student athletes maintained a cumulative GPA above a 3.0. And with team GPAs improving each semester and great performances on the court and on the field, how has the University of Portland set itself up for future success in the NCAA landscape, in the classroom and on the court?
Well, certainly we're very proud of those 200 students, but we have an amazing academic support program in place with Allison Nodler and her team and the Shepherd Resource Center. They provide marvelous support to students so that every student can be successful here at the University of Portland. We also have an amazing faculty. This will lead to that future success that we're looking for. But I also have to say that we have athletes who are incredibly invested in their education. They're very proud of their education. And we have coaches that support the importance of the educational mission here at the university. We're also very, very proud of the fact that the university focuses on the whole person. These teams really epitomize the absolute mission of the institution and are reflective of all the support that comes both from athletics and academics to make sure that our student athletes do a good job while they're here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Greene, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. I think we'll have to get you back on here on Portside with the Pilots.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you guys for joining us. That'll do it for this edition of Portside with the Pilots. We'll see you next month.